Before the video begins, all I gotta say is that this video was filmed on Christmas, but I decided not to upload until today. That's it. That's all I gotta say for the voiceover. Anyway, move on to the video. Okay, so today I'm gonna be reacting to my school's commercial, which I was the lead director and the main editor, called McKay Tape. We basically did it as a parody of Flex Tape. And the actual one that was put on commercial, my teacher edited the Flex Tape logo and just replaced it with McKay Tape and added catchy music. Now, this version is not the one that was actually shown in my school. This is the version that I basically created. I didn't add like a soundtrack later on. The Red Skull music that was actually added by my friends who was working on the project with me. But I did add the whole pursuit theme, which actually comes from a video game. So yeah, I'll just be reacting to it and mostly explaining it. And I'll tell you guys scenes that were not originally planned, but we decided to put in anyway. And as you guys can see, these are just like mainly random clips put together. It's not really storyline, it's just a parody commercial.
Have you ever had trouble holding your pencil while writing an essay? Yes, absolutely. Well, don't worry, because McKay Tape got you covered.
Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure I don't really need to explain much in that scene. We were planning on using the intercutting between the guy that says the whole McKay Tape thing and the guy saying, yes, absolutely, intercutting. But then we decided just to use the audio until we reached the part where the guy ends up saying the yes, absolutely. And then we just decided to switch back to the original scene. Not much explaining to do, pretty simple editing, anyone can do it. In the actual version that was on McKay News, that thing was actually fast forwarded a bit because they were trying to save the time limit. I mean, the actual video was 2 minutes and 51 seconds, but due to us adding like extra things to it for the McKay News, it made it a little longer. But yeah, as you saw, the guy with the green setup was using scissors. We weren't supposed to, but we ended up using it.
Wow, this is amazing!
As you guys saw in that scene, there was like a light theme to it. That was just my friend who decided to add those things. They also added it to the scene, but I removed it for reasons.
Oh, I really think dogs are way better than cats for the reason that they can bite down on people. Dude, my friend talks so much.
In that scene, the guy actually said a lot more than just that, but when I was recording it, I accidentally stopped the recording early, but we decided that line is just fine on its own.
No worries, McKay Tape's got you covered. Hey, what are you?
McKay News version, we added the Benny Hill theme on this part, on that part.
So those are the 5 main kids. Hey, you need to stay seated. Don't move around.
Intercutting, I never actually planned for that, but I ended up liking it, so I decided to keep it in anyway.
This is a job from McKay Tape.
Oh yeah, I forgot to point it out. That's the second sweater that guy wears. He wears like 3 total different sweaters through this entire commercial. The girl in the background was never actually planned to be there, but she didn't think she was in the recording, so she didn't mind. So you can tell she's definitely too tired.
I'm trash at driving. Also, it's kind of hard to hold this controller every single time I play games.
The actual recording was way longer, but we decided to cut the rest out because, well, it was relevant and the video was too long.
Oh, this looks like a job for McKay Tape.
Sweater number 3. McKay News version, there was Benny Hill theme here.
I can keep my earbuds in. Time for McKay Tape.
In the original cut, this scene was a lot more longer. I decided to trim it a bit because, well, once again, time limit.
It's hard to keep key on their ass.
This looks like a job for McKay Tape.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but the guy already switched letters like 2 or 3 different times through this commercial.
This actually works.
This is the one thing I actually had to write a script for because the guy was struggling to come up with his own lines. So I decided, I'll just make it easy and just write a script for him.
In the future, there's this powerful, powerful tape called McKay Tape.
I'm just gonna say this for this scene, but it also applies to the other scenes with the rest of the musics. And the McKay News versions, we added a shade thing that made it orangey. That's all I gotta add.
It can hold students in place.
In the McKay News version, the music cuts up there just so he can deliver his line.
It can keep students from playing inappropriate games.
Inappropriate content stopped by McKay Tape.
We were actually planning to use the Black Ops 2 one for the controller one, but the teacher told us to like reshoot it just so you can say this corny line. This was never gonna be part of the commercial, but the teacher decided to do that anyway, so we just switched it to a racing game.
It is also really, really cheap. Pre-order your McKay Tape for the price of $5.99.
That's like the only number I can come up with that I thought will be even remotely funny. I know my humor's not that hilarious.
As you can see, McKay Tape works perfectly. Or does it? Okay. Now how
McKay News version, the music starts a lot more earlier.
do I get this off? You don't.
What if you want? I want to talk to him. I can't talk no more. What? Where's Flex?
That line, where's flex tape got removed because we weren't supposed to say that. So they just stopped at, so we just immediately cut to this scene.
Not my problem.
You're still here? It's time for you to get out of class.
Teacher, I can't move. The music's too loud, and I'm kind of having a hard time breathing. How do I get it off? You don't.
What if I want to go pee? How am I supposed to?
The guy actually said an extra line, but I decided to cut it off because I stopped recording a little early, so he was halfway through saying, what if I need to take like a poop or something, but I stopped midway, so I decided just to cut off the rest of his lines.
Take this off. It's cool. I can't be playing video games.
Are you playing video games? Ooh, my turn.
In the original version, he was just supposed to say, hey, you can't be playing video games over here, but the teacher and my friend decided it would be more funny if they just use the scene where he says, ooh, my turn, instead of the actual line he was supposed to say.
Okay, be quiet. McKay Tape.
Bloopers be bloopers. But yeah, that's basically all I gotta say for like the McKay News commercial. And yes, that was top comedy for me. Oh my god. That was like the first project the teachers had to work on for McKay News apart from the intros. And well, let's just say I did the commercial before I did my intro. And in my intro I don't actually appear in it. I just have my classmates stand in a mannequin position. But yeah. Leave what you thought of the commercial in the comments, and I'll see if I'll leave a link to the video on the description below. Because this video is kind of easy to find, but not really. Anyway, that's all I gotta say, and well, hope you enjoyed the video. Peace out.